phone system.
This is Buffalo's home for ESPN Radio, 1520 AM, WWKB Buffalo. ESPN 1520. Rising up from New York's public powerhouse and the basketball home of the defending Mid-American Conference champions, we are the University at Buffalo Bulls. Live from Santoris Pizza Pub and Grill, broadcasting on the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN 1520. This is the Bulls Digital Network UB Basketball Insider.
Brought to you by our Team UB partners, New Era Cap, Town BMW, Nike, AdPro Sports, WGRZ Channel 2, Pepsi, and ComDoc, and in part by Santoris Pizza Pub and Grill. A-Turf.
Now, here's Brian Wolf.
Good afternoon from Santoris Pizza Pub and Grill. This is UB Basketball Insider. I am Brian Wolf, joined by the second-year head coach of the UB Bulls, Nate Oates. Later on in today's show, Louis Spina will talk with the head women's coach, Felicia Leggett-Jack. But first, Coach Oates riding a 5-game winning streak after a pair of road wins. Nate, feeling pretty good about the team right now?
Yeah, you know what? A lot better than I was before the 5-game winning streak. You know, I think starting to figure some stuff out. Hopefully, we strung some pretty good games together. You know, we've still got room to improve, like we always do. But we've had a couple good road wins we're coming off. Now we've got a homestand here. Hopefully, we can get some home wins like we were out on the road.
That road trip, a 2-game road trip that went through Bowling Green and Central Michigan, ending in 2 Buffalo wins. Let's start with that Bowling Green game last Saturday, an 88-74 win against the Falcons. Talk to us about that game against BG, maybe especially that second half when you guys outscored them 49-32. A couple guys stepping up. Dante Carruthers really showed his game offensively with 18 points. Talk to us about that win against the Falcons.
Yeah, you know what? I thought defensive-wise we weren't very good in the first half. We came in at halftime, stressed we needed to get out, get some stops, get our offense going. I thought we came out in the first 10 minutes of that second half and really played some pretty good D. And then there in the middle of that second half, I think we had a 24-4 run and kind of broke the thing wide open and were able to get another pretty good road win. They had been playing pretty well. They had 3 straight coming into that game just like we had been. We were both on a 3-game winning streak, and you know, we come out with a 14-point win on the road against a pretty good BG team. I was happy with the way we played, especially defensively in the second half. And you know, offensively we had too many turnovers, but we'd been stressing just let's guard. Whether our offense is great or our offense is bad, you know, we can control our defensive effort every possession down. And if we give max effort on the defensive end, you know, I think we're going to come out with a win on most of these games. You know, some of the better teams were, you know, obviously our offense is going to have to calm, but I think our offense fouls our defense, so we've just really been stressing defensive intensity, defensive focus, get really zoned into the game plan, study the scouting reports. You know, we've got apps on their phones. They can look at all the video. We've just been stressing all that stuff and really pushing defense. I think it kind of came full circle there in that game. I thought we played really well there for a stretch in the second half.
Well, offensively in the second half, you only turned it over 6 times, but the shot selection, you guys shot 72.7% in the first half, altogether 63.5% from 2-point range in that game. You guys went 28 of 38, which is pretty incredible from the floor. Are you happier with the shot selection that you guys are getting out there on the floor?
Yeah, you know what I am. I think the ball's moving better. When the ball moves, we end up getting wide open shots instead of forced ones. We're getting the ball in the lane a little bit more. And I think we're better off whether we drive it or post it. You know, we don't play a ton of post-up basketball, but we, you know, when we do get it in there and teams collapse and we kick it out, you know, we get better shots once the ball gets in the lane and then kicks out. And I think we've really stressed, let's try to get some great 2s early in transition. Let's push the ball really hard and try to get a great 2, and if we, if we don't get one early in the clock, like let's continue to try to move the ball and drive it in the lane, and let's get some really good shots at the rim. And if they collapse and take all those away, then we'll take the kick out 3s, and we've been pretty good at playing that way.
Talking with head coach Nate Oates, whose UB team is home on Saturday against Miami, Ohio It is the 100 seasons of UB basketball, which we'll talk about more in the second segment. Also a doubleheader with the UB women who play Akron at 1 o'clock. Tickets on sale at the UB box office. Then you went on to Central Michigan on Tuesday night, a 99-93 win against the Central Michigan Chippewas, sweeping the season series against Central Michigan, averaging 100 points in the 2 wins against the Chippewas. That game was that felt like an NBA game. I think if there were 8 more minutes and you played a 48-minute game, you would have had an NBA score. Is that kind of how you felt as a coach watching that game?
Yeah, you know what, we really stressed defense going into that game. You know, we gave up 91 the first time we played them. We really wanted to hold them down. You know, we were talking about trying to hold them in the 70s, which they average, I think, 88, some close to that. Maybe, you know, in conference, they lead the conference in scoring. They're one of the top teams in the country in points per game. So we really wanted to do a good job holding them down. I thought, you know, the last time we played them was 50-50 at the half, which 50 points and a half is a lot to give up. So then we were talking about, you know, playing a lot better defense. We did a lot better job in the first half. You know, they at halftime, what did they have at the half? 35?
36,
Yeah, 36. Yeah. It was 42-36. So we did a pretty good job. You know, we're on pace for 72, and then, you know, get a lead there in the second half, and all of a sudden they hit 3 straight threes. And, I mean, you know, your 16-point lead, 14-point lead disappears in a hurry. I think we had a 14-point lead. They went on an 8-0 run, and all of a sudden it was 6, and then maybe we score, and then they come back, hit another 3. It's just they just hit a barrage of threes and ended up with 93 points, which was not the plan. But we'll take a win no matter how we can get it. Yeah, and I agree. Like, they play fast. We play fast. We certainly weren't trying to slow it down on them. We were just trying to get better looks than them. And, you know, for the most part, I did think we did. You know, we got better looks, and we gave up too many threes. Our three-point field goal percentage defense took a little bit of a hit on that game, and we got to try to do a little bit better here this next game.
But what does this say about the maturation of the team? They tied up 93-93 with 1:13 left. Then you hold them scoreless for the final 73 seconds, and C.J. Massenberg goes, hits that jumper to put you up 2, gets to the free throw line, goes 4 for 4, and you end up with a 6-point lead.
Yeah, it's
or
huge.
A 6-point win.
Yeah, you know, it's big because, you know what, we've been in some tight games before that we dropped. I mean, if you think about it, we got a 2-point loss to Ohio, a 1-point loss to Miami, and a 1-point loss to Akron. So you take those 4 points, we're like 4 points away from really being tied with Akron for first place. You know, instead, you know, we're quite a ways behind them. I mean, everybody is. You know, we're tied for second place now. So I just, you know, we dropped too many tight ones where we didn't close it out well. You know, even the Canisius game where we're all big on them and really dominated them most of the game and let them come back. And we finally learned how to win. And I think, you know, that is a maturation process. That's learning how to get stops when you have to get stops, and that's taking care of the ball and getting good shots on offense. You know, CJ's driving layup was huge, and Kadiri had a big old board to keep the possession alive. You know, it's just figuring out whatever you got to do to make sure you get a good shot and get another shot if you don't hit the first one. And when we were able to do that, hopefully we can learn from that and keep winning close games. You know, it'd be ideal if you didn't have to play any close ones, but that's a little bit too much to ask, I think.
One of the guys that I thought had a great week, and it's a guy that we haven't talked about a lot because maybe his contributions just get taken for granted, but Willie Connor. He had 15 points, 12 rebounds against Bowling Green, his first career double-double, then had 22 points against Central Michigan. A really good week for Willie.
Yeah, huge. You know, we've been stressing to him to rebound. He's a big guard. He's got to give us more on the glass, and for him to come up with 12 rebounds in that Bowling Green game was huge. You know, we really rebounded them and kind of destroyed them on the glass. That was a big part of the game, and he was a huge part of that. And his jumper's falling. He's been shooting the ball better lately. He's taking better shots. We're moving the ball better, so then he does get better shot. And he, you know, he's better when he's taking kick-out threes or driving the ball to the rim on closeouts, and he's really figured that out. You know, he had a couple charges against Bowling Green, but he was pretty aggressive, and, you know, he ended up fouling out. He fouled out of he didn't foul out of both games, did he? I know he fouled out of the Central game. Did he foul out of Bowling Green too?
He only had 3 in that.
Okay, yeah, I knew he had the charges though, back to back. But he, no, I think he's been aggressive, and I don't even mind a charge here and there with him because that means he's playing aggressive. He's taking it to the rim. He's usually picking up fouls on all that. So, you know, he's he's picking it up, and hopefully he can get back to where he was, where he was the MAC tournament MVP there last year. He's playing at a really high level for us at the end of last year, so hopefully he's playing that well as we come here to the close of the year. We got 5 games left, then we're into the tournament. If he could, just keep picking it up a little bit more each game, he'd be right in that spot he was last year for us.
And then last thoughts on the Central Michigan game. When you look at just the overall contributions of the team, 10 players scored, 6 of them in double figures, 9 different players with rebounds. All those 9 players had at least two or more rebounds. Just talk to us about just how the overall contribution of guys, maybe some that you everyone knows you're going to get a contribution from, and then other guys that just have stepped up lately.
Yeah, you know what? I think we've always had a lot of depth on the interior. I think Raheem and Kadiri and Ikena have all, they kind of, and we played them together a little bit, and I think we'll be able to play them together maybe a little bit more in the Miami game because they're starting 2 bigs now. But, they've been able to kind of team up and stay fresh and just give us decent numbers. I think the 3 of them combined for like 17 and 16 maybe, if I'm right. They played pretty well against Central. So, we've got depth in there, and now we're starting to add where Devontae Jordan's given us a lot better plays, guarding a lot better. And he did a great job on those 2 little guards from Central, and then he's attacking the rim and just giving us good effort. So our perimeter plays, we're getting a little bit deeper there, and come tournament time, hopefully, Quate will get cleared to play next week, and we can add him back into the mix, and I think we'll really be a pretty deep team.
Well, Nate, we're going to take a quick break here. When we get back, we're going to look ahead to the beginning of your 3-game homestand, which starts on Saturday against the Miami Redhawks. It is the 100 seasons of UB men's basketball, part of a doubleheader with the UB women. Tickets are on sale on the UB box office. But right now, quick break. You're listening to UB Basketball Insider from Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill.
This month at Town BMW, lease a 2017 BMW 320i X-Drive sedan for $289 per month. Only $289 per month. Call 505-2100, 505-2100, or stop by 8215 Main Street in Williamsville today.
Town BMW is proud to be the official auto partner of UB Athletics and offers special pricing to UB students and employees.
Pricing, performance.
We got this, Coach. Join our hometown team and let's have a winning season.
We love our town.
Got 90 seconds.
To the NFL. A-Turf synthetic grass fields are helping athletes have fun and perform at their peak. More than 30 Western New York schools.
The third segment?
400 schools nationwide.
I'm not familiar with the specific interview. I just know that the third segment that's taped is 7 minutes and 49 seconds.
Has the highest safety rating and the longest warranty. A-Turf. Optimal performance for athletes. Superior.
Okay, yeah, thanks. We have about a minute left now before we come back.
It's double the fun at Alumni Arena Saturday, February 18th when the UB men and women's teams host conference opponents. The excitement starts at 1 p.m. with the women taking on Akron. The men's team will celebrate 100 years of Bulls basketball when they face Miami at 3:30 p.m. One ticket gets you into both games, so make Alumni Arena the place to be on Saturday, February 18th. For tickets, call 1-877-UB-THERE.
Join us at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Hey, it's Paul Santora letting you know we have 2 great locations. One on Millersport Highway next to the Marriott, one on Transit Road next to Transit Lanes. We've got 60 taps.
20 seconds until we come back.
Our food is made to order with the freshest and most natural ingredients. Both locations have live music, Millersport on Friday, Transit Friday and Saturday night. There's no better place to enjoy football and hockey with great drink and food specials
10.
for every game. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill since 1927. 4 generations strong, the only family to say we are the original. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Great food, great people, great beer.
In sports, ESPN 1520. Live from Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill, this is the Bulls Digital Network UB Basketball Insider. Now, here's Brian Wolf.
Back here at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill, you are listening to UB Basketball Insider. Brian Wolf joined by the second-year head coach of the Bulls, Nate Oates. The Bulls will begin a season-long 3-game homestand on Saturday against the Miami Redhawks, a team that the Bulls lost to 75-74 back in January, one of those back-to-back games with a free throw in the final seconds of play. Coach, talk to us about this Miami team and what you've seen of them both in person and maybe now on film a little bit since that last game.
you know what, they play hard. You know, their record's not great, but we lost to them. You know, and they played some other better teams in the league, pretty tough. I just think, you know, they were right there. They beat Central, so they you know, they're young. The Weathers brothers, the two freshman brothers, one's a point guard and one plays like the 3 for them. They were the 2 leading scorers against us, so we've got to do a good job with them. The one, you know, Michael's playing really well at the point. Marcus is, you know, they post him. He's really active. He's on the glass. They're deep. They change defenses up all the time, which confuses teams. So their field goal percentage defense is pretty good. It's just they don't have to rebound it well. I think our offensive rebounding's got to be big in this game. Just with them changing defenses all the time, they never really have an assignment to box out. So we got to punish them on the glass. You know, and we got to do a better job defensively though. Like we gave them way too many easy ones. I didn't think we played with enough intensity the first time. You know, and they've got some guys that can score. They've kind of switched their lineup up. Logan McLean was playing the 5 for them, and now he's playing the 4. He starts at the 4. They still get him minutes at the 5. He had 29 against Central. He can make threes. He can post up. He take you off the dribble a little bit. He was a little bit mismatch problem for us, but hopefully our interior guys are, you know, we've got enough depth, enough athleticism. We can cause him some problems. They're playing a real big, more heavy-set center. You know, not as big as Isaiah Johns from Akron, but, you know, built a little bit more like that, and they just don't give it to him as much as Akron does. He's not that good yet. He's only a freshman, though. So, you know, we're going to have to watch the matchups, make sure we've got, you know, we might play a little bit bigger. We've got the flexibility to play bigger, play small, and, you know, defensively it might be advantageous for us to go a little bit bigger this game, and we'll see how it goes. You know, if we can make them pay on our offensive end for them being big, you know, maybe we stay small. If not, you know, we'll go big and make sure we get stops and control the glass, and we'll just, you know, we've got different options we can roll with.
It's going to be an exciting day. It's the Bulls will be celebrating their 100 seasons of men's basketball. It's a full weekend affair. It's going to begin tomorrow night with an alumni game that starts at 7 o'clock. It is open to the public if fans want to come watch some alumni play. I believe there's 15 guys signed up right now, a couple of guys coaching. I think you're going to be one of the referees in the game, if I'm right.
You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll throw a whistle on and screw up a bunch of calls like the referees will on Saturday. They be nice to actually be in charge of a game. You know, as a coach, you're only in charge of so much. They blow the whistle whenever they feel like it. And shoot, the last time, give me the whistle for the Miami game. The last time they won it on the call at the end. Maybe, you know, hopefully it doesn't come down to that for us, but I don't even know who's doing that game. Maybe we can have them come in and get warmed up. Maybe that we'll get a better effort out of the officials if we can get them warmed up the night before. Maybe you can see about doing that.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. In all, 50 players coming back on Saturday. What does it mean as a coach to be able to be part of an opportunity like this, to have your current team meet with former UB men's basketball players that have played at Buffalo anywhere from 1946 all the way really up until 2015, where I think Will Regan's the most recent graduate that's going to come back. But you got guys that have played in the 40s. What does that mean to your current guys to be able to talk to people that you know kind of wore the same uniform as them?
Yeah, you know what, I kind of talked to our guys today about just interacting with them. I think it'd be good. One of the guys is like 90 years old, I think, right? Or
yeah, there's Benny Constantino's coming. He played in that 46 to 49, and that's the oldest guy that we have coming.
It's pretty cool, actually. So hopefully our guys are able to connect with some of them. And, you know, they like you said, they played with Will. You know, they know some of them. Some of them been around a little bit. You know, but I think it's pretty cool they're doing it, and that this many guys are coming back, and hopefully they can connect with our guys, and our guys can connect with them and get a little bit of the history of Buffalo basketball. I mean, 100 years is a long time to be playing basketball. Naismith didn't invent it all that long ago, so I think it's kind of cool. So hopefully we can give them a good show when they come to watch us play. It's always a lot better when we play well in front of a crowd like that.
For fans that will be there, the 100-year celebration will be at halftime, but in the Alumni Arena atrium, there will be a setup, thanks to University Archives, of some of the moments from the last 100 seasons, both some videos, some photos. some other collateral that you can look through. So it's going to be an exciting day. Got to ask you before the segment ends. Tuesday night, you host Kent State, a team that you guys beat on the road earlier this year. 7 straight wins against the Kent State Golden Flashes. What have you seen from Kent State since the last time that you played them?
You know what? They've been a little up and down. They've got some talent. They're dangerous. I know that. You know, Jimmy Hall is one of the best players in the league. He's probably one of the top 5 players in the league. He'll probably be first team All-MAC, would be my opinion. And they go into him a lot. One of my former players at Romulus, Jalen Walker's been scoring it for him pretty well here lately. So they actually just played Miami. I think they beat Miami by 4, right? Yeah, it was 2, and then it ended up being 4 on the thing. So, I mean, we've got a common opponent there, but Kent State's one of the best rebounding teams in the league. I think they might lead the league in some of the rebounding categories. It's us and them and Northern are the 3 best rebounding teams in the league. So we're going to have to rebound the wall well, play great defense. Again, that was a game down there. That was a big win. We needed one in a bad way. We were struggling early in conference, went down there and got one. That was when Willie, I think, only played 6 minutes in the game. So, hopefully Willie plays well and we're able to, we've had some success here with them in the past. I never want to take a team for granted like that, though, for sure.
So 3 straight home games. Starts on Saturday, 3:30 against the Miami Redhawks. Tuesday night is 7 o'clock start against the Kent State Golden Flashes. And then you had your Akron game moved. That game was supposed to be Saturday afternoon as part of a doubleheader. That got moved to Friday night, February 24th at 8 o'clock. That game's going to be on CBS Sports Network. Going to be a fun we'll talk more about it on Thursday. But it's going to be a fun atmosphere to have a nationally televised game at Alumni Arena.
It'll be great. 3 home games in a row. Hopefully we can get a lot of people out and give them 3 wins here.
Well, Nate, best of luck to you this weekend. And, again, on Tuesday, if you want to buy tickets to any of those games, you can go visit the UB ticket office inside Alumni Arena. Call 1-877-UB there or go to ubbulls.com. When we come back, Louis Spina will talk some women's basketball with Felicia Leggett-Jack. You're listening to UB Basketball Insider from Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill.
This month at Town BMW.
So are you guys hopping off now?
Sedan for $289 per month. Only $289 per month. Call 505-2100, 505-2100, or stop by 8215 Main Street in Williamsville today.
Town BMW is proud